Hello everyone and welcome to another WarThunder pilot video. Today we're taking a look at the FW-190A-4. This is a rank 3 German fighter with a 4.3 battle rating. With this plane's four 20mm cannons and two 7.9mm machine guns, you can rip any plane to shreds. This plane is one of the best boom and zoom fighters in the game, but its turning capabilities are very poor, so dogfighting is not recommended. I think it's worth mentioning that I don't fly German lineups very often. In fact, my German crews aren't fully trained yet, and I've been playing this game for 10 years. But I've flown the FW-190 enough to be able to share with you how to effectively fly this plane. So I've spent the first few minutes of this arcade match just climbing because it's essential for any boom and zoom fighter to have an altitude advantage. And I've noticed this Pure Mersky, which is a premium rank 3 Swedish fighter that has made it to our spawn and has already taken out at least two of our bombers. So I'm going towards him in a gradual climb because I don't want to lose too much speed, but I do want to have an altitude advantage over him. And I'm just taking a peek at his player card to see what level he is and how many air kills he's got. He clearly sees me as I notice he's nosing down and turning towards me for an attack. I decide to go for the head-on attack as I don't have enough of an altitude advantage. One of the other strengths of the FW-190 is its very fast roll rate, which allowed me to quickly adjust my aim and get the kill just as he was passing by. Now, if I had missed in that engagement, rather than looping around or turning to re-engage, I would just keep going like I am now, because he would easily outturn me and I would be dead. So there doesn't appear to be anyone else up at my altitude, and I notice this enemy bomber, and so I dive down for an attack. And then use my speed to zoom away, climbing up, just to avoid any enemy fighters that might be trying to get me. Now I'm just sort of resetting back at high altitude and looking for another target. I see this enemy B-25, and as long as he doesn't go into too steep of a dive, I should be able to boom and zoom him. And I've managed to crit this P-39 with a risky head-on before I zoom away. And just rinse and repeat. Climb back to high altitude and scan for your next target. If you haven't noticed, I do speed up the footage slightly in places just so I don't bore you with the long periods of me climbing and scanning for targets. As I mentioned, I don't fly German planes very often, and so I'm probably being a little too cautious. And here's another bomber that I can boom and zoom. So these bomber kills that I've been getting, they look like really easy kills. And yeah, well, if you're a bomber and you see a boom and zoom fighter above you getting close, don't just fly level and straight. What you really should do is dive down and go into a steep dive if necessary. If you do that, there's a good chance that the fighter won't follow you down because doing so will take away his altitude advantage. And if he does follow you down, you're essentially helping out your whole team because you're pulling him down to low altitude and he'll end up on your 6 where your gunners will hopefully do some damage. So I'm back up at altitude and I notice this P-39 that's trying to climb up to me. and also an F4U. They're both basically right below me, and I have enough of an altitude advantage that I decided to go for an attack and just use my speed and guns to get a quick kill and zoom away. And there's no chance for this F4U to catch up to me as I'm going way too fast. I decided to extend away and get my altitude back, just to play it safe. And as I'm turning around to try and engage the FRU, I see a teammate is taking him out. I could boom and zoom this IL-2, but I see a BF-109 is already on him. Here are two dive bombers, and if they don't dive down, I should be able to get at least one of them. And again, they made it easy for me by just flying level and straight. And I only got 7 kills in this game, but I find that that's pretty typical for the FW-190, especially if you fly it like I do, which is kind of cautious. But I think it's effective. It's probably the right way to fly this plane. It is a boom and zoomer. It is not a good turn fighter. So it's absolutely necessary for you to take the time to climb up to a high altitude. Try to get higher than bomber altitude. Make sure you're above any fighters. Find a target, dive down on it, take a few quick close range shots, and then zoom away, climbing back up and resetting. That's it from me on the FW-190. I'll leave you guys with a short montage of kills from other matches. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a like, and leave a comment, let me know what you think. Thanks a lot, everybody. Take it easy.